Oh, and we're back. Hello, I'm Orb. Who knew that when I started heading forward in this direction, there would still be more forward, and whichever direction I took would still lead to more forward. I, or we, thank you friends, have taken your comments again, and I'm gonna be drawing every single one of them on this canvas. If you can't tell, these are a lot of fun for me to do, but we'll save more of how I feel about this towards the end. So thank you for being here, congrats on getting this far. This is 600 comments on one drawing. First suggestion, followed by many more to come. Hypothetically, please draw a crow and a duck going on a fancy dinner date. Also, I love you, Orb. Thank you. Going off from a tangent, I think media has made dinner dates, or just restaurant dates in general, way more appealing than what you can actually be doing. I'm gonna give them a plate of pasta as well, but I don't know if that's good for birds. Very wholesome, let's move on. Can you draw a little crow in a suit, please? I'm gonna take this comment and just add it on, equip it to this guy. Can you draw you leading an army of orbs? I first drew this, and in artist fashion, I ended up not liking it, so I got rid of it. I didn't think the pose was expressive enough for me to have an army of orbs. So here's me, and the little guy, and a bunch of other colored variants behind me. Oh, I love the smile on this one. Let me give it up. Perfect. A very buff orb plush grabbing the viewers. And it specifically needs to be an orb plushie. This comment would be pretty perfect if we segmented it into a plushie advertisement, but who's gonna do that? This guy claims that they will never stop asking for a fennec fox until I stop doing these drawings. By the way, you don't need to yell at me, I'm right here. Here's a little fennec fox. Hey! This is my first impression of you. Can you draw your favorite smell? I have cinnamon apple tea with me right now, and I really like cinnamon apple. I'm gonna put you right next to the fennec fox. Ah, your art is so good. Thank you. If you want to, could you draw a little guy with a leaf sprout coming out of his head? I think that'd be pretty cute. Well, I agree with that. By the way, the cinnamon apple tea, really good. Hi Orb. Hey, A Hat in Time is one of my favorite games. If you were to draw the Snatcher from that game, my life would be complete. Bonus points if you had the face on him. I'm gonna add him like he was haunting this sprout head guy. They're supposed to be an antagonist, but from the way I see it, they're just a really annoying roommate. I wanted to add the face, but after looking up references, I'm gonna keep his face as it is because it's cute. I'm gonna go ahead and add these cool effects as well. Please draw a chonky tiger. You know how we've always been taught that lions were the king of the jungle? I think tigers are the respective kings or queens because of this little marking that they have on the top. Because this, in Chinese, means king or like ruler. So you see how it ties in? Yeah. And I drew one and then I found out that I really like drawing chonky tigers, so I drew another one. You should draw something you really want to as a little break. Huh. I wish I had something more compelling to draw other than sushi, but honestly, at this point, I felt like drawing sushi. Specifically sashimi, I think they're really fun to shade. In fact, I like this drawing so much that I did it again, 2 more times. These took way longer than the other ones, but it was worth it. Lost Harbor Tavern asks, could I request a small little tavern near a harbor? Staying on brand. I appreciate that kind of dedication, so I will do as you say. We're gonna make it a big chunk of this drawing as well, because I think it'd be fun to add some of the prompts onto this background. I think that'd be fun. So starting off with, please draw a crocodile with a bird friend on his head. Love your art style. They gave me a flower, thank you for the flower. There is actually a bird known as the Egyptian plover who are chill with crocodiles. I didn't know this by the time that I was recording, so you're gonna get a regular old bird. The sky is unsettlingly empty, and consequently, look at me using big words, we're gonna add some big puffy clouds. I got a fun one here. Draw Orb and the next 5 comments skydiving all together. I feel like with the amount of support that everyone puts on these comments, that the series has just become this like fan mail read-along almost. So I just want to say like thank you for anyone and everyone who like brings these to the table. Even if I don't read everyone's out, thank you. Those are a lot of words. Next comment simply asks me to draw a flower crown, but obviously since I'm skydiving, this thing's not going to be attached to my head. I drew Yaron from Terraria Calamity just chilling there because they have wings. Oh, and I added a crow too. If there's a liquid cat and a liquid dog, there must be a cloud cat and cloud dog. Ah. Okay, most of these comments have just been like flying and not actually skydiving, so draw more mangoes. And now we have mangoes falling from the sky, which is terrifying actually. Hello Orb! Love your art. Can you draw Luca from Alien Stage? Thank you so much if you do. I will, just at a cost. Hi Orb! That emoji. Could you draw me and you doing a Finn and Jake fist bump? I didn't read this comment correctly, but worry not because I've grown more considerate to this comment and I actually just drew it on my sketchbook. Please draw a Mobius strip out of Dr. Pepper. What, like the okay. I've never had Dr. Pepper in my life before. If you see this, could you draw a fox in outer space? Whoa. I thought it'd be cool if we made, like, the dark particles that was coming from the Snatcher, like, seeping into space. I did it, it looked cool, so we're keeping it. I gave them a little magical air bubble as well to ensure that they're alive. This next one just says, I hope I make it in. Sure. Boop. Have you peeking out there in the window. Your art is so vibrant and whimsical. That's a new one. Can you draw Pikachu with a star tail? I remember that I put a little Minecraft boat in the harbor, and I thought, hey, why not put this to good use? So there's your Pikachu in there. And speaking of Pokemon, now I'm being requested to draw my favorite Pokemon. I have a lot of favorite Pokemon that have these complex and cool designs, but you can never go wrong with Gengar, so I'm drawing Gengar. I would love to see a raven terrorizing other drawings. Not only did I draw one raven, but 2 and 3 of them. A Sky Moth from Sky Children of the Light. They taught me to draw a Sky Moth, and I drew this one 6 months apart. Yeah, we're gonna see how much I've improved from 6 months ago. Just like last time, I drew 2 of them. Comparing this to how I drew last time, I was definitely a lot more confident with my poses. I knew what I wanted to do straight away with the coloring for the most part, and just try to make everything complement each other. Here are they both, 8 months apart. You know what else happened 8 months apart? I announced an orb plushie, and you all went crazy for it. And after months of secret planning, oh my goodness gracious, that is another one. This time, it's the real deal, it's the guy. And you know what's the best part? Yo, it comes with a little guy. Now you can have an individual me inside your house at all times. So if you missed the chance to get me last year, life has granted you another opportunity. Once they're pre-ordered, they'll be gone forever, so if you want to snag one, the link will be in the description. I'm very happy. Okay, back to the video. Make my little icon. This emoji combination, I don't really know what that means, but I know that your icon is really similar to this pancake cat that we drew, so we're gonna add you right here. Please draw if Autumn was a person. Oh, and make it have a little harvester mouse on its shoulder. I made them kind of a little amalgamation of everything that reminds me of Autumn. Sliced apples, a little acorn, straw basket, and a bunch of other things that you can probably see for yourself. I've been seeing more draw this and then insert your interpretation. I really like those comments, thank you. Alright, we're gonna take a moment and rewind to our last video where I drew a salmon, because this guy liked it so much that they requested even more salmon. Here's even more salmon. They're probably looking for the one that's stuck in the fish tank. I've been messing with shading that's been like even more vibrant recently. I don't know if you guys like it or not. I personally really like it, so just like tell me how you think. Hey Orb, can you draw yourself in a school jacket? My first thought was to actually draw the one that I owned, but maybe it's not a good idea to put that on the internet. So I did the second best thing, and is to plagiarize one right off of Google Images. I added the patches on my own out of just random things I thought of. I really should have used this chance to like make something a little more personal, but it was just like things that I liked. Maybe that's fine. I think that's fine, actually. Never mind. I take all of that back. If you disagree, good for you. The next thing I drew was a considerably big and rather cute spider, and immediately afterwards I drew a little orb guy sitting on top of it. You should draw a Western standoff against whoever else you like. Maybe me? We're gonna go back to these docks because they're actually fairly empty, and I filled that emptiness with 2 people preparing to shoot each other. Hey, commenter, in case you're watching this, you're wonderful. I would never shoot you. Draw a royal seal. I took the seal that I drew previously and just eradicated the tangerine on its head before replacing that bold spot with a crown. Hooray. Draw this. That was bad. I'm not putting that in. The fox in space had a lot of empty room because it was space, so I just put it in there. Can you draw a pufferfish on a toilet? This guy gave me $5 to do this. I'm just gonna let that sink in for both you and me. IDK if I'm a little late. No, you're not. But it would make my day if you drew a cute panda holding a cup of coffee. I made them kind of sad looking. I don't know how that happened. Hello, Orb. Yo. I was wondering maybe in your next one, then you could draw your least favorite alien stage character. He's already there. I'm just gonna add another crow onto him. Hi, Orb. Could you draw my comet into berry juice? Thanks a lot. Here's your comet-flavored berry juice. Next, please draw a bird that is friends with a loaf of bread and doesn't know that the bread is not alive. That's rather morbid. On a lighter topic, this series has unironically gotten me better at drawing bread, which I don't know when I'm gonna use that in my life, but it's gonna come around sometime. We got another one of those like mesh 5 comments together thing. I don't really know what to call these yet, so. Draw Buff Steve from Minecraft working out with the next 5 comments. Okay, let's see what these next 5 comments are. First one is to make an orb with only the lasso tool. Lasso tool is it's a little more intimidating than you think. I don't plan to hire a gym trainer anytime soon, but if Steve offered to train me, I think I'd say yes. Draw a fish staring at sushi. So I just made a really buff fish doing some dumbbell curls, looking at the sushi. I have mixed feelings about drawing this comment, but it's here now. I can't really undo anything, so here you go. Make a way too hyper-realistic crab. I'm still practicing how to render things realistically, but we're getting there. But right now we're gonna keep it, anatomically realistic. Please draw a cat chilling on a slice of pizza. Except this is the 5th comment that needs to be working out with Steve, so this cat is gonna be running after the pizza. Can you draw a really buff shrimp? There's been a lot of buff recently, I just want to point that out, even though it's like 2. It's usually 0, so that's 200% higher than usual. Draw orb eating noodles on a cloud. 2 years ago, I had a really big instant noodles phase, and all I would eat is the chicken flavor one. I don't like the beef flavored instant noodles. Does anyone actually like that one? Like, let me know. I've never met a single person who liked the beef flavor. Hi Orb. Hello. Can you make a drawing losing his color, like a liquid? That's a really cool concept. So I vacuumed like half the color off of the sashimi. This also brought back so many memories, by the way. Maybe like many of you guys, when I was around 10 years old, I thought that drawing a character with half of its colored filled out and half of it as black and white was like the coolest idea ever. Oh, and don't get me wrong, this is metal. This is freaking awesome. This speaks volumes to me. Alright, moving on. Can you please draw my profile picture drinking boba tea? I think that would look pretty cute. Thanks. Damn it. No. Now I'm hungry. Now I want boba tea. Draw the fire slime from Slime Rancher. We're back with Slime Rancher suggestions. I love this. I think I colored in the slime a little bit too far off from its actual red color, so because of that it now looks like a pink slime on fire. Snail with a bucket shell, please. Well, thank you for asking so politely. I will indeed do that. I still did add a shell underneath, so you can think of this as extra protection. Orb plus chef hat with a little cake buddy. Nobody asked for this, but I'm gonna talk about it either way. I can make brownies, I can make cookies, I can even make marshmallows, but I've never successfully made a cake. Hi Orb. Hello. Can you draw a grunt from Magnus Combat with a gun? I also decided to make the active decision of making a grunt with a sword. Did it say gun or sword? Anyways, take your frickin' grunt. Draw a dragon fruit that is a actual dragon fruit. I've actually done something like this in the past, but this time I'm gonna stick it to its actual shape. It came out looking like a video game pet accessory thing, so if anyone wants to take this idea and run with it, go ahead. Could you perchance draw Mimikyu from Pokemon? I think these guys are actually misunderstood and just deserve some love, so I'm gonna give it some love in the form of drawing them. My profile picture eating the next comment, if I somehow get picked. To which the next guy says, can you draw a capybara holding this comment, so you get a little 2-in-1 thing. Jelly seal, please. I'm gonna add a regular seal next to the jelly seal just to see the contrast between them. I don't know what I expected, but shading this was very fun. Thank you for the suggestion. Can you draw Meowmere from Terraria, but it's orb themed instead of cat themed? So for those who are unaware what a Meowmere is, allow me to just... Terraria is like one of my favorite games of all time, and this was an honor to draw. Thank you. But we must go forward in this drawing. We are more than halfway there. What can I do to convince you to draw Technoblade? Honestly, you commenting this just convinced me. That comment left me that day to end up drawing this as well. Rest in peace. If Orb sees this, yo, a cat in a ramen bowl. Now, I don't know where, but some part of me compelled myself to draw the cat being lifted out of the ramen bowl by the really buff shrimp that we drew earlier, and, well, I did that. I'm not taking questions from here. Can you draw a deep sea bunny? Ah, I'm assuming you're talking about the ones from Pressure. Look at them, they're so cute. They're also based off of a thing that exists in real life, which doesn't look real. Feel free to look up sea bunnies on Google search if you feel like looking at more of these. Okay, it's been a while since we did a national animal, so can you draw Quetzal? It's Guatemala's national bird. These guys look like they have little haircuts and it's adorable. They're also really close to being endangered and that's less adorable. Fun little idea. Draw any My Little Pony character from memory. Twilight was my childhood favorite, so I chose Twilight to draw, and surprisingly, I actually got her design pretty down. It's been a while since I revisited the series, but it was a big part of my childhood, and this kind of just goes to show how good the character designs are if I can still memorize them. I'm a little late, no you're not, but could you draw Gabriel from Ultra Kill? Well, I drew him, but then a commenter who had a profile picture from the same game asked me to draw an egg, so I thought it'd be funny to draw Gabriel getting egged. I'm sorry, but at the same time I'm not. This is kind of funny. While I'm here, I'm gonna add a little bit more detail to the sushi. Donut going through a donut? I just ate one. The way I did this comment is by chaining 2 donuts together. And now I am hungry for donuts. If Orb sees this, hello, can you make Orb fishing a shark? I drew a harbor earlier that has the perfect amount of space for fishing to happen. Thanks, Orb. Real grammatically correct you are. I may be late, but could you draw a snake in a cake? Yeah. A cow alien if you do another video. I love your art. Thank you. So I basically gave him some antennas, made him kind of squishy looking, and then I coated them in battery acid. Can you please draw Baymax from Big Hero 6 giving someone a lollipop? Oh my god, you don't need to yell at me. I am emotionally attacked from being yelled at, however, I'm gonna comply either way. And as for who, I guess I can mix in the next comment for it. Also, I'm drawing a flower instead of a lollipop. That's not a lollipop, Orb. What are you doing? First you confused the gun with the sword and now, what is this? Whatever, this won't happen again. Idea. Draw me doing graffiti on the next comment. Or of the next comment. This big massive wall looks extremely empty and sad, so I'm gonna give you some permission to vandalize it. The next comment asks for a origami shark, so this is gonna be sick. I also included a cool blob with graffiti cans just for some extra company. We got a nice little thing going on here, I like it. Jonathan. That's all it says. The only Jonathan I know is Jonathan Joestar, or do I actually know any other Jonathans? I don't think I know a Jonathan, so hello all the Jonathans in this audience. I hope you're all cool. Egg. I require egg. Didn't we do this one already? Regardless of that answer, that's an extra egg on Gabriel. Sam asked that I drew Apollo, and a very particular Apollo. So, for people who are out of the loop, this is Apollo, and it's an original character that belongs to Jinja Ninja OWO. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce their display name? I don't know, I saw it in a Q&A once. I happen to be a fan of them, so this was already something that I knew about, and I'm very happy to put them here. I think putting them down here next to Jonathan was also a good choice. They give me similar vibes. Okay, what's next? Add evil Larry with like a that kind of face. So this is Larry. He's a very good, very cool guy. And this is evil Larry, and all evil Larrys hate berry juice. I literally commented every time, but can you draw a mango dog? I was trying to look up inspirations for a mango dog, and I found this thing. For your dedication, I will. They gave me very big corgi vibes, I don't know why. Next up we have, hi, can you egg? And another flower, thank you. Thank you for the flowers, guys. If I knew anything about gardening, I'd make a garden with them by now. But because I don't know how to grow anything, I'm gonna draw this next comment which says to make a guitar made out of cheese. Oh, I think my dog likes cheese. Whoa. I'm actually gonna get a new guitar soon, and by the time this video's out, I'll probably have it. Or if you see this comment, can you draw a Windows XP computer that has a blue face? That's it. Well, this sure brings back memories. We're gonna do a little rewind and recounting when we were back at 100 comments. While I was editing the video, a part of my previous laptop actually fried. That was a fun experience. No, it wasn't. Don't. But we're back, and we are better than ever, I hope. This comment I found simply just says, please draw mine, it's my favorite anime character. They specified to draw their comment, but not their favorite character. I was in call with one of my friends at this point, and he suggested I drew Mino. Not only because it was one of his favorite characters, but because it was also just close to the word mine. It's like one letter off. If you do a 600, I mean I will, please draw some cute little bees. Also love your art. I used to be super scared of bees because I got stung by them once on the foot and cried for what seemed like hours. But that happened when I was like 7 years old, and I think I'm more chill with bees now. I even scooped one up on my hand because it was on the side of the road and I didn't want it to get hit by a car. I distributed them all over the drawings. Draw Goobert. I don't know who Goobert is, but they did give me another option. Also, giant fat seal plushie. You know these like giant round seal plushies that you see like being taken pictures of everywhere every time and you don't know where they're from? I actually have one of them. His name is Spinach. My friend named him that. This thing is... What else can I say about it? Nothing, actually, because we're moving on. You should draw Pancake Stingray. Their official name has been denominated by this commenter as a sea pancake, which isn't that just adorable? I'm gonna draw 2 of them because I love this so much. Now I want to make pancakes. Did you draw 2 ducks having a tea party? You need to make money. They're drinking tea that has apple and cinnamon. Kaiju just simply says, Ay. I guess some of my friends just screenshot comments, and then like one of them just picked love. I decided to just draw hearts everywhere because all of these drawings deserve a little bit of love, and you do too. So allow me to give you this well-deserved smooch on the forehead. Hi Orb, hello. Can you draw a Dumbo octopus? They're really cute. This guy sent a love heart as well. There's love everywhere. I already got 2 octopi that kind of look like the same to this Dumbo octopus. So I hereby declare that this is the adopted and very much cared for child of the 2. I made them look worried because of the sword there, but I also put some love hearts as a reference to the comment. Draw a noob, please? Nice art, by the way. Thank you. While I was drawing this Roblox noob, I was also talking about the Minecraft movie, by the way. I think the only thing I didn't like about the Minecraft movie was I think the bottom corner would be a good place to put down 2 of them. This guy bet $10 with your brother for me to draw an Australian Shepherd. Now go get your $10. How about you draw your favorite emoji as a person? My favorite emoji is the one that's called Bang Bang, which is literally just 2 double exclamation marks. Funny enough, when I was drawing the orb guy with the hoodie, I was thinking of the Bang Bang emoji. You could say I'm cheating with this, but I'm just being honest. Now with that settled, hey, can you draw a little cookie dude taking a milk bath? Is it wrong or weird that I've never tried this combination before? I, as a matter of fact, think, yeah, it's really weird. We're gonna change that now. It's currently pretty late. Gotta whisk in your sugars, more sugar, some salt as well because we're brave and we like things sweet and salty. I got some huge cookies and then I got some hot milk. We're gonna take a tiny little chunk of it.
Oh my god. Why haven't I done this before? Dude, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyways, if you see this, please draw a ghost duck on somebody's head. Also, hello there. Hello. The spot down here actually looks fairly empty, so let me just put a quick ghost duck right above the pancake ray. The other face looked kinda bad, so I redrew it. Okay, this next one's interesting. Hey Orb, love your vids and all, but make sure not to burn yourself out. You know what I mean? Or you could go on a 2-month training arc in the Appalachian Mountains. You're very right. But honestly, drawing these is kind of my version of a break. I'm still in school, I do school stuff, and drawing these is kind of like my little thing reward that I get to do afterwards. I will consider that hiking trip though. I hiked up a 5-hour mountain when I was like 11, I didn't like it, but now I kind of want to go back and revisit it. Cause some of the forests, some of the forests in the mountains are beautiful. Mista from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I'm gonna draw him eating a strawberry cake because he should've. If you didn't get the hint by now, I am a big JoJo's fan, and I welcome all the JoJo's on this drawing. This one took way too long for some reason because I couldn't understand his hat. But we're done. Orb, stop doing this to yourself. No. I thought that this was my last comment, but we actually got one more to go. Draw yourself as a looming figure over the rest of the drawings. I wanted to end it off with something cool, so I decided to replicate this drawing I made last year. It's been my banner since forever now. I mean, I technically could change it now it's been so long, but because it's been so long, I don't want to change it anymore. I think it's a cool landmark. And now that memory can be engraved onto this drawing forever. Holy carp. Dude, this is awesome. And well, look where you're at now. I actually can't believe we're still doing this. And I'm surprised about how every time there's always been new and crazy suggestions. What initially started as this brand new blank page, like tens of hours ago, turned into this amazing unhinged mess, and I love it. Like, seriously, this has no purpose. Why is it here? Just looking at some of these drawings side by side, you can tell that my definition of a doodle changed somewhere within those 8 months. The way I drew donuts and bread 8 months ago both looks like this now, and that's like, what is that? Maybe I'm a little bit loose for saying this. Maybe I should have stopped months ago, but I think we can aim for 700. So if you've made it this far, then your suggestion has a very special reserved place in this comment section, and the next part will be wherever these comments take us. Just a heads up again for the Youtooz plushie, once all of them are sold, they'll be gone. If you're interested, then the first link in the description will take you right there. If you're still here after that last-ditch promotion, advertisement, I don't really know what to call it. As much as I want to make 700 comments immediately, they take quite a while, and I want to do some other stuff, so we're gonna postpone it until further notice. Here, we'll have a quiz about the video or something. What was my favorite scent? What? I'm not gonna tell you. Channel update, by the way, I've been having a lot of fun. I saw this recipe the other day for high-protein popcorn chicken, and I can't stop making it. That'll be probably the last link in the description if anyone wants to check that out. I love the fact that the voiceover delivers all of the sentences in the same tone, by the way. Most delicious, high-protein chicken you'll ever see. It's awesome. It's great. It's awesome. It's a really easy recipe. I did it first try despite never having cooked chicken in my life before. So I recommend trying that out. Okay. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care. Also, there's been like a niche of people who keep requesting me to sing, so here I have my ukulele. I'm gonna sing Love by Nat King Cole.